And now we are back inside in the wonderful Oakville Wine Merchant. Dear friends, when you come and see us at the Oakville Grocery, this is the museum and the first historical wine store in the history of Napa Valley. So Giorgio, look at this. We leave you for a few seconds and suddenly we have a miracle. Would you want to describe this, but from here to there, so we can really dive into the first, two, third, and fourth?
Absolutely. So now we're in a chapter of flatbreads. Flatbreads tend to be more simple, easy to eat, and most of the times you pair it with wine, especially in Italy. I don't know much about France, that you would know that.
We copy the Italians, you know, whatever they do,
we always battle, right? Italians who made what, but we share the love for food and wine. So this is very simple, like you mentioned. We use very local products. Some come from our own farm, some come from the Mayer family. So it's outstanding. So all flatbreads, they'll use only olive oil or on salt. So that's basically the base.
So that's the first one.
Yes.
Well, why don't we dive in, dear friends? First of all, cheers to everyone.
Yes, cheers.
Dear friends, we are trying Durant and Booth, founded in 1877. Dear friends, this house they built in the 19th century. This is the wine. In honor of them, this is our Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon, made with French oak, distinction with the other wines we're going to be trying. And I suggest, as we cheers, we have to taste.
Absolutely.
And then, Barry, you'll tell us what you think on how it goes with it.
For sure.
Oh!
That is beautiful. So, you know, the Durants were one of the original owners of the property, and Booth was the original manager of Oakville Grocery. So that's how Durant and Booth came together. And in fact, inside the store, underneath the glass pane, are the initials. In 1904, when they cemented, but did some work down there, they both initialed it. Pretty cool.
Hence this amazing wine.
Yeah, that's
so
fantastic.
the wine is very soft and elegant, and you know, finished on French oak, which makes it very delicate as well. So it should go very well.
Yeah.
Shall we go in?
Let's go in. Let's not waste any time.
So Barry, you are showing us.
This is very simple. What do we have here, George? We've got the estate olive oil.
Yes.
Right, and we've got
some of our sea salt.
Okay.
And preserved lemons that come from our Oakville farm.
Okay.
So we get them from there, we preserve them here, and that's what we use. So we have a little acidity that goes really well with the wine. Very, very simple, but when you put them together, it's just magical.
And I love flatbread with wine and as a wine tasting. So maybe, Barry, you want to describe some of the amazing products that carry the name of Oakville Grocery.
Absolutely. You know, as we went and sought the best of the best products from all the artisan producers around the valley, we came across some fantastic products. And the select few we partnered with and created a private label line. We are extremely proud of all of the products that carry our private label. This extra virgin olive oil from Napa Valley, cold pressed olive oil. I mean, you could just drink this with a spoon. It's that good. And really drizzle it on top of the flatbread, George, right? Yes. Before you cooked it or after? What'd you do?
Just before I cook it, so you get a little bit texture, and it keeps the dough really moist, so it can be a little bit crispier, and it just infuses the bread altogether.
And all those are new on the menu of the Oakville Grocery as of now.
Just introduced on the menu, absolutely.
So exciting. You know, this is a very European thing. You know, you have a little aperitif, a bottle of wine among friends. You order a little flatbread. It's not too much food, so you could still enjoy lunch or dinner after, but it really complements your palate.
Oh, absolutely. No, and
that's the salt, huh?
So this here is from our amazing friends and partners at Truffle Shuffle. This is a truffle infused salt. Just a little bit of the salt sprinkled on top as well. Fantastic, as well as our fleur de sel salt. So I, being a salt lover myself, could. It is just fantastic, George, and really something that I think will be hugely popular with our guests. And what's cool is you could come get a flatbread. You come in here in the Oakville Wine Merchant, grab a bottle of this Durant Booth wine, head on onto the patio, and have a nice little snack. Maybe before dinner or as your dinner.
This is heaven. This is the nirvana. This is the apex. So what's the other one we have here?
So the other one, right on my right, you will see we have variety of olives. Like Barry has said, we partner with very amazing producers. So we have private label. So basically what I did is just use 3 different kinds of olives, mix them all together, mash them up, and just put in the flatbread.
Yeah.
And this is
Wow.
kind of in a way resembles.
So you slice them.
Yes.
And you actually sprinkle them on the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
After you cooked it, while, during,
No,
how'd you do it?
those I sprinkle on top and I bake them.
Okay,
They
gotcha.
went in the oven, yeah. And
So Castelvetranos, the lemon citrus,
Yes.
and
those are a little bit of the Tayasca.
okay, and all are available. So you can come purchase the olives, chop them up at home, make your own flatbread.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I hear you sell the dough too.
You can.
Yeah.
It's kind of a secret menu item, Jean-Charles.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
You can come ask for just the dough, and we'll even show you how to roll that out if you need to. Most can figure it out. With flatbreads, if I'm not mistaken, George, it's even easier to
Yes.
handle
Yeah.
than the dough, than
Exactly.
rolling out a pizza dough, right? Because
Exactly.
you're forming it with your hands. Very, very simple. But I could eat that in one sitting. I mean, that's just
You
incredible.
should try this one. It's a delight because the olives are really bringing such a great dimension because in Cabernet Sauvignon, as we all know, there's a little bit of black olives
Yes.
flavor profile in it. So I really feel the two together. Woo! This is an explosion.
That's fantastic.
You have the feeling too to be in Italy and Napa Valley because
Yes.
same climate.
The best.
So, dear friends, I'd love for you to show me that you could finish a glass of wine. Because we're being slow on the wine.
Well, I
you
know,
know,
yeah.
You're going to show me that you could drink a third of a glass of wine, of a great wine, because I'd like everybody to see this label. As Barry explained, this is the beautiful house where we are, the map of Napa Valley. We are the epicenter, and we're going to taste a Napa Valley Cabernet with a very uniqueness for us. The first time we really age a wine thanks to Thane Knudsen, our phenomenal winemaker in American oak. So this is 100% American oak. Our very good friend the Duncans own Silver Oak, which is a mile away. And they've always been very proud of this American vision. And we said, we gotta do it. Oakville Grocery is the American place. Here we go. So I think it may go very well with your next one.
Yes.
So
What's next?
cheers again.
Cheers again.
I mean, dear friends, we look at each other in the eyes. If not, it's punishment for a long time.
For a very long
We don't
time.
want that to happen.
No.
And you know, you could go clockwise, and with your right hand, you create cows counterclockwise. And then what I love with this wine, just a side note which is important, a lot of intensity, a lot of richness. So this wine engage an intellectual dive into what am I going to discover and what I'm going to serve it with. And I don't know if we should start with this one or that one, but they both look
I
good.
think it can go definitely well with both. Let me start with this one. So this one is a Romesco sauce, which is a Spanish sauce which we use here for a dry tip. And we're gonna start incorporating our, we're gonna develop a new veggie sandwich. It's gonna be completely vegan. So we make the Romesco sauce here, and this is a very awesome goat cheese from Sky Hill Farms.
Wow.
And then just flowers from our neighbors, the Mayer family. Very, very simple, quite delicious.
So guests could buy the Romesco as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no problem.
You know, I was planning today to eat light, but obviously, but those are light. Barry.
That's going to go nice with the 1881
Yeah.
Napa.
Barry, what do you
Goat
think?
cheese, oh, just fabulous. I enjoy the edible flowers on there too, George. That's nice.
It's all about the presentation as well. You have that beautiful wood platter, cutting board, Oakville Grocery. You have a little one, which is adorable. So this is exactly how it's being presented as of today. Look at that. Comes to your table, glass of wine, and you in heaven. What else? This
else
is
do you
the
need?
Napa Valley lifestyle.
Pretty much.
This is what we love. George, beautiful.
Thank you.
And George, would you enlighten us as well on those flowers you have?
So the flowers are basically, we use about 4 different kinds of flowers. Usually we use marigold, bachelor buttons, cosmos. I'm blanking here.
All edible, right?
edible,
All,
yeah.
and
All
The edible. cosmos
no
is
bitterness
gorgeous.
at all.
Yes.
Just beautiful presentation and quite nice on the food.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, and
And,
They
and,
look beautiful.
and this one is peach and prosciutto,
Yes.
or
This is peach prosciutto, and then again we try to stay away a little from the cheese. For the most part, people use burrata or a good mozzarella.
Yes.
But this I try to keep it simple, so you will have a little bit of the saltiness of the prosciutto, and then the sweetness of the peach, which has been roasted in the pizza oven.
let's give that.
And
a
is
shot.
it the one you've used with grapeseed oil?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Barry, tell us about that, because Barry obviously looks great, as you can see, and he's moved into only grapeseed oil. So is that the secret?
Well, grapeseed oil is just a fantastic oil, and
Yes.
I'm sure many of you have discovered already. Not only is ours fantastic, but from not only from a cooking standpoint, so it burns very, very hot and very clean. So if you want to cook something hot and flash it, like if you want to even do some potatoes and flash it in the olive oil, you can bring the heat way up and it doesn't
Yes.
scorch or burn. Very, very great quality of grapeseed oil. And the health benefits are also fantastic of grapeseed oil.
So for many years with Salute, we've partnered with Raymond and as well the Loach, and we dry the seeds post-fermentation. After pressing the red wine, we let the seeds under the sun become great seeds, and then he brings it to this facility and stone press it, and we end up with this amazing, miraculous. And you got to realize the Romans love olives, but they love grape seeds as well. They were the one really started this tradition, because physically it does not make you as heavy as a feeling. So it's a hard transition when you make salads with grape seed versus olive oil, but it's good to do both.
Absolutely.
And this is the secret.
No, absolutely.
So, George, you need to try.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you don't try the food you've prepared for us, we're going to have doubts here. Is there poison?
Boy, that 1881 Cabernet is showing nicely right
Opening
now.
up,
Oh, it's
huh?
beautiful.
Mmm.
And it was a nice transition to go from the Durant Booth to the
Yeah.
1881.
This could potentially be my favorite. With the peach, huh?
The peach is nice. Yeah, you get that salt and you get a little bit of the sweet.
Yes.
I mean, and the textures are there. And customer, you can make your own too, right, George? If customers
Yes.
want to do something special, we're happy to customize any flatbread for them.
We can make everything happen. Just two things we cannot do: avoid taxes, and that's it. Everything else we can do.
All right.
Well, here we are. It's soon time for elections.
Yes.
So you'll have time to
Keep that
talk
in mind.
about
Yes.
that. There's another 84 days, right?
Yes.
So, dear friends, very exciting time. As you can see, an amazing team. And what is so exciting, we make great wines, but to go beyond just wine and to bring the lifestyle. Barry, how many generations in Napa Valley?
6.
And your son is the 7th.
He is.
So pretty much since the foundation of California, your family has been around.
Early 1800s.
And George, you come originally from Mexico, so
Yes.
you own California.
Pretty much. I think I made California home. It's funny, when I moved here, it was just like a stepping stone. I was going to Prague, but then Napa really enticed me with the magic, and I've been here for 14 years, and I call Napa Valley home.
Napa will do that to you.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
It'll-
So cheers to that.
It'll
It
call
is
you in.
magnetic, it is
Ooh,
energistic, the sound of crystal with those great wines. So remember, today, the vision of Napa Valley from 1881. So we are all the shareholders of the vision of the founders, Mr. Durant, Mr. Booth, and what they've created, and we're continuing
Absolutely.
to innovate. So to innovation, beautiful products, quality, friends, and a fabulous life.
Cheers.
Cheers.